Good morning, children. We will be continuing with our topic magnetism. Okay. So earlier we saw what a magnet is, then what are the poles, the north and the south pole, and how are we naming that. Okay, and how we are treating Earth as a magnet. Now we are going to see how we are going to make the magnets. Okay, we know magnets are available naturally on Earth, but they cannot be used as strong magnets. They are all weak magnets. Okay, so we are going to make some artificial magnets. Artificial magnets means what? We are going to make by our mechanisms, our own processes. Okay, so that is what artificial magnets are. So artificial magnets are made from magnetic materials. So where are they made from? They are made from magnetic materials like iron. Okay, the process of making a magnet, from the magnetic material. So it is not from any material. You cannot simply use sand, wood, anything, rubber, plastic, anything you cannot make into a magnet. You can use only the magnetic materials. So that process is called as magnetization. Okay, we have two ways. First one is the single touch method and other one is the double touch method. Okay, so in single touch method, what are we going to do? We are going to take a magnetic material like iron bar. Okay, now the north pole or the south pole, okay, is made to touch. Touch means what? Simple touch. Okay, not fully. It is not fully laid on. It is only a corner is being touched. Or stroke the surface. Stroke means what? Simply, slightly touch it and go like that. Okay, so it is used to touch or stroke the surface from one end to the other in one direction. See, like this. Okay, then this sequence is repeated until the magnetic material starts behaving like a magnet. So I keep on stroking the iron bar with the magnet. So this is called what? This is a single touch method. Now coming to the double touch method. What is that? I am taking two permanent magnets. It's like our fork and the spoon with we are eating the noodles. Okay. So like that you take two magnets, you keep it in two hands and I am going to touch. Keep on touching the poles. Okay. From the middle. From this middle to this end and this middle to the right, and I keep on stroking like this. What happens? This iron bar will start behaving like a magnetic material, or it will sure become a magnet. Okay, so that is what is happening. See, this iron bar, they have shown it here because this is in the south pole. This area is south pole, then the opposite area should be the north pole. Similarly, this red color is the north pole here. So here it will be north pole and the other end would be the south pole. Okay, coming to the permanent and temporary magnets. What do you mean by permanent? Permanent means it can retain the magnetic properties for a long time. Okay, so we saw how we are making an iron bar into a magnet. So how long will this behave as a magnet? If it is behaving a magnet for a long time, that is, it is called as permanent magnet. Okay, so we can use steel, alloys, okay, which can be used as a permanent magnets. Whereas certain magnets, that is certain surfaces, will not retain the magnetic properties for a long time. In that case, they are called as temporary magnet. They will be having the presence only for a short time. Only for a short period of time, and then immediately they will lose the magnetic power. So that is all used in electric motors, doorbells. Okay, we saw how the electric bell is working in the last video. There we saw once the switch is on, the iron core will become magnetic, will have the magnetic property. Immediately when you switch off, what happens? It will lose. So likewise, that is the temporary magnet. Okay, I'm coming to the electromagnet. What is this electromagnet? We are going to make a magnet, okay, by passing electric current. By passing electric current. So only they are called as electromagnets. Here we made a magnet, or we made a artificial magnet by what? By simply what? Rubbing one permanent magnet on the iron bar. Likewise, we are going to make one magnet artificially by passing the electric current through them. So what is happening? The magnet formed by this electrical method is called the electromagnet, and they are stronger. They are stronger than the magnets prepared by the stroke method. Now coming to the preparation, how are we going to prepare this? You are going to take an iron rod. You take an iron rod or an iron nail, and you rotate or you roll. Okay, you are going to wind the insulated copper wire. Okay, so insulated copper wire. Okay, I will show you an example of insulated copper wire in the next video. Okay, if you can take, see, I'll show you even now. See, this is a wire. The red color is the insulation, and inside this you will be having the copper wire, which is in the golden brown color. This is the golden brown color. Okay, inside is the copper wire, and this red color is the insulation. Insulation means, because if we touch this copper wire without this insulation, electricity shock will be attained by human beings. Okay, so we have to have the insulation. So this insulation will save us from getting shocks. Okay, so they are asking us to wind it around an iron nail, and then we are going to attach it to the terminal of a battery, the small battery. The moment you on the battery, okay, what is happening? The iron nail will become electric, that is, the electric current will pass through this, and they will behave as a electromagnet. So electromagnet is a temporary magnet. Why? When the power supply is cut, the magnet also will lose its magnetic property. Okay, so coming to the polarity for the electromagnet. So polarity for the electromagnet, it will be depending upon the strength of the electrocurrent. Sorry, it will be depending upon the direction of the flow of current. Polarity will depend upon, if you are flowing it from the top to bottom, the top will be the north, down will be the south. If it is flowing from bottom to up, so it will be the top will be the south pole, the bottom will be the north pole. Okay. Then all the number of turns of the copper wire also will be depending upon, will change the magnetic property. The magnitude of the electric current. Magnitude means what? How many amps? If it is 5 amps, 10 amps, what is the magnitude? All will change the magnetic property of the electromagnet. So electromagnets are used in electric bells, and they are also used to lift the electric crane. Okay, now coming to the choice of the material for the electromagnet. How are we going to do that? So we are going to select the material which must act as a strong magnet and which should allow current also to pass through. So it should be a good conductor of electricity, and it should also have magnetic properties. So we are going to use soft iron, cobalt and nickel. Soft iron, cobalt and nickel mainly are used as our, so this soft iron, cobalt and nickel are the magnetic materials. So we are going to use them. Okay, and they are suitable for making the core of the electromagnets. Steel, okay, will be used as a permanent magnet. Okay, so they are used for permanent magnet, whereas they are all used for our electromagnets. How are we going to take care and store the magnets? Okay, so when the magnets are kept for a long time, they will lose the magnetic properties. So they have to be preserved, that is, they have to be kept in a box. Okay, usually the bar magnets are stored in pairs with unlike poles close to each other. Unlike poles means what? Your north and the south will be close to each other. See, in this This is one bar magnet, this is one bar magnet. Okay, between them is a table or something like that. This unlike poles are close to each other. This north is close to south and this north is close to south. Okay, and because if you keep both the like poles, they will be repelling, that will be, they will be moving away. So we are going to separate them by a small wooden piece. Okay, the two pieces of soft iron called keepers are kept at the end of the magnet in case of the horseshoe or even at this end. See, there is a small piece of soft iron which is kept at the end of the two poles, so that they are called as keepers. Okay, then coming to demagnetization. Demagnetization means we are going to remove the magnetic property from the material. So the process by which a magnet loses its magnetic properties is called demagnetization. How it can be done? By heating, hammering, and by removing the electricity or removing the current. Okay, so heating. What are I going to do? The permanent magnet is heated. It will lose its magnetic property. Why? The molecules will be acquiring more energy and they will be starting to vibrate. This will realign the magnetic molecules. Okay, and there is a temperature called Curie temperature. The Madame Curie found out this, saying that the temperature which will cause the magnet to lose its property. Okay, then when the magnet is cooled down, the properties can appear again. Coming to hammering. Hammering means I am going to beat the our bar magnet with a hammer. Okay, it will totally realign the magnetic molecules. Finally, by electricity. You know, all the electromagnets are temporary magnets. The moment I remove the electricity, they will lose the magnetic properties. Okay, now where are the uses of magnets? First is, it is used in all electronic devices, as in compass, as in refrigerators, and they are used in loudspeakers, radio, microphones, and in electric motors, generators. Okay, and in the hard disk of the computer, and they are used also in ATM cards, credit cards, and in all the medical devices as MRI scanning machines and CT scanning machines. Okay, and then magnetic levitation. This is also important. It is nothing but we are going to lift the object with the help of the magnets. We are going to lift. Okay, so by this we are going to run the trains also. The trains will run without touching the track. That is, they will be floating above the track. So that is called magnetic levitation. Because of this, we can travel at a very high speed. Okay, so all these bullet trains and the super fast trains, which are not available in our country, but it is all in all the countries like Japan and China. You will be having super fast bullet trains because of this magnetic levitation property. They are able to run so fast. Okay, and magnetic storage, that is our hard disk. Hard disk, you know, in every computer you will be having a hard disk. So that hard disk is nothing but a magnetic storage device. Okay. Now coming to the revision zone. The process by which a magnet loses its magnetic properties is called demagnetization. The small piece of iron, soft iron, kept between the poles is called as keeper. The polarity of an electromagnet will depend upon the direction of the electric current. And the two permanent magnets which are used to magnetize an iron piece, that means it is called double touch. Electric bell uses an electromagnet for its functioning. Okay, so coming to the choose the best answer. Which of the following is a natural magnet? Bar magnet, circular magnet, lodestone and horseshoe magnet. Lodestone. Which of the following is a magnetic material? Iron. Out of the given statements, which is true about a magnet? South pole will attract the north pole. Artificial magnet can be made by using single stroke, double stroke and electrical method. The process by which the magnet loses, so it is called demagnetization. And we are going to demagnetize quickly by hammering. And in which of the following devices the magnet used? In the electric bell. Now coming to the fill in the blanks. When the south pole is placed near the south pole of the other magnet, it will repel. We are talking about rippling. So it like poles repel. So one south should be kept near the south. The property of attraction in a magnet is more at the ends. Then the magnetic south pole of the earth is the geographic north. The outer case of the compass is always made up of a non-magnetic material. The polarity of an electromagnet will depend upon the direction of the electric current. A horseshoe magnet requires a single keeper. Continuous heating will demagnetize a magnet. Coming to the true or false. Circular magnets are natural magnets. False. Magnetite is an example of artificial magnet. False is an example for natural magnet. All magnetic materials are attracted to a magnet. True. A freely suspended magnet will come to rest in the north-south direction. True. The poles of the magnet will always exist in pairs. True. Stroke method is otherwise called as touch method. That is also true. A permanent magnet will never demagnetize. False. So lodestone, natural magnet. Electromagnet, artificial magnet. North and south poles of the magnet. Iron is a magnetic material. Coming to the name the following. Lodestone is an example of natural magnet. Materials do not get attracted to magnet are called non-magnetic materials. The two ends of the magnet are called poles. The properties which are by a freely suspended bar magnet means the directional property. The device used to find the direction, magnetic compass. Process of striking two permanent magnets is called double touch method, and the magnet loses its properties is again demagnetization. Okay, coming to the odd one out. I will give you the differentiate and the reasons in the notes. Okay, coming to the odd one out. Bar magnet, lodestone, horseshoe, circular. It is lodestone. Plastic, iron, nickel, cobalt. Plastic. Wood, rubber, glass, nickel. Because nickel is a magnetic material. Here plastic is a non-magnetic material. Here lodestone is a natural magnet. And then coming to the electrical method, single stroke method, magnetization, demagnetization. It is demagnetization. Okay. So go through this video. I have completed all the topics till this. I will send you the notes in the WhatsApp. Okay children. Thank you.